Hello there everybody, how's it going? It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube, coming to you on this Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, with Flossmas. Flossmas Day 14. We are 2 weeks into this, and I suppose I'll get this part out of the way. This is going to be my last Flossmas. The long story short is that I'm a little stressed. Your girl is tired, and I've got to dial back as and when and where I can. And Flossmas is one of those things that I can put aside. Okay, so I mentioned yesterday that Baby Does Stuff's naps are kind of all over the place. She's in this sleep regression / teething phase. As a result, I'm trying to cram too much into this first nap of the day. Her second nap is never great, and it's never very long. And so I'm trying to cram a lot into this window right here. And what I have found is that what ends up getting scrapped is my stitching time. And I am a big proponent of doing what you need to for your own mental health. And for me, my stitching time is my therapy time. It's my time to slow down, to either zone out and just focus on needle and thread, or it's my time to think through the things that I need to think through. But I have some quiet time to be able to do that. And doing these Flossmas videos is a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but it is coming at the expense of my stitching time, which now, maybe more than ever throughout the year, is very, it's pretty important to me. It's just kind of a stressful season, and I really don't want to be stressed out for Baby Does Stuff's first Christmas, you know? Like, I don't love that. So, I'm notoriously bad about setting boundaries, and so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to practice with the boundary setting, and we're gonna cut off the Flossmas here. I made it 2 weeks, and I'm kind of proud of that. I'm really proud of that, I should say. Not kind of. I'm really proud of that. This is not something that I would typically do. Filming face-to-face every day is not my thing. So I'm pretty proud for making it as long as I did. And I am looking forward to some relaxed time in these last few days before the Christmas holiday and during this festive season. So I am still going to be opening my advents daily, but I'll do those on Instagram in my Instagram stories. I will be sure to put up spoiler alert images just in case you want to avoid seeing what is in them. But yeah, so I'm going to continue stitching, and then I will do another FlossTube update hopefully before the end of the year, but I make zero promises on that front. Okay, so let me go through this Flossmas video as if it was just another day, and let's talk about what I have been stitching for the last day. So yesterday I showed you I was working on Kindred Spirits by the Primitive Needle. Again, this is out of print. Hopefully one day we can convince Lisa's family to make them available again, but no guarantees on that front. Anyway, I was working on this yesterday for Dark 13 stitching, and I needed to get to basically there all the way across. So I did get that goal accomplished. I ended up staying up way past my bedtime. Call it revenge bedtime procrastination. But I wanted to get this section done, and it just felt really good to get some good progress in. So, I love it. I'm a big fan of it. So the inside motifs are done in Gentle Arts Onyx, and then the border is done in Anchor Black. So if you notice that there's a color difference there, it's intentional. For me. It's not charted that way, but that's the way that I am doing it. And I love the way the cat turned out. I think he's really cool with his kiwi lime eyes. So yeah, really excited about the progress. In January, I will do the words and probably these little motifs. The top of this little medallion is in my January section, but I think I'm just going to save that whole thing for February because the lettering kind of gets cut off like in my sections, and so it's not going to be a straight line across for each of my monthly sections from here on out. It's going to be a little, I'll do this in February and I'll do this in January and this piece over, etc. But I am looking forward to getting into the wording in January. So this will be back then. Quick reminder, 40 count Newcastle linen in Stratus by Color and Cotton. And that is as accurate as I'm gonna get it. It's a washed denim color. It's a little bit richer than that, but closer than I can get in pictures. In pictures it comes up very gray. And it's not, it's a pretty blue. So there is that. Speaking of the primitive needle, you know that I'm stressed when I am very spendy. And yesterday I was in the right place at the right time, and somebody was putting up a bunch of primitive needle patterns in D-Stash on Stash Unloading, and so I managed to grab a couple that I'm geeked about, but not supposed to be buying things for myself 10 days before Christmas. So maybe I'll wrap them and tell Danny that that's what he got me for Christmas. Okay, so we get to this morning, and I decided to switch. I could have kept going on Kindred Spirits, but I decided, nope, I want to switch. I want to save that next section for January. And randomly, I pulled out Farmhouse Christmas. So I have 3 of these blocks complete and 6 more not yet started. So I just pulled the next one that I don't have done that was on top, which is part 3. This is Grandpa's Pickup from Little House Needleworks. And got started this morning. Now I didn't do a whole lot, and it's going to be hard to see because all I've started with is that little border. Hindsight is 2020. I wish that I had done a darker fabric, like a mocha or a raw even. This is 32 count Belfast in flax from Swagart, and I love flax linen, but it's a little bit light. It's a little bit light for this, but you can see it, and I can see it pretty well in person. So I am doing this with the called for Classic Colorworks. The only exception to that is the bamboo. I decided not to use the bamboo. Instead, I'm using DMC 3865, which is like a soft winter white. But otherwise using the called for Classic Colorworks, and I think there's a DMC or 2 in each of these. So this is a fat quarter of linen, and I can get my remaining 6 blocks on here, which is very exciting. I'm going to leave about 2 inches to 2.5 inches on either side of them. I don't need a huge chunk of fabric, so that's good for my FFO plan. So yeah, felt really good to get this started. I don't think I've worked on this since 2019. It's a long time. So yeah, that was pretty good. And I will work on this for probably the rest of today. The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings is going to be delivered tomorrow, or tonight, I think. It's out for delivery right now. So it usually doesn't, my mail doesn't usually get here until about 6 o'clock. So I'll start the Fox first thing tomorrow morning. I am so excited. I don't have fabric picked. I don't have threads pulled, but it doesn't matter. I'm starting that tomorrow. I'll find some fabric. So yeah, so that's very exciting. So Farmhouse Christmas through today, we'll see what I get done. I think it'd be cool to get into the house because that's a lot of white, but it would be a lot of stitches pretty quick like. So that's the plan for the stitching. Okay, so that's it that's it for that stuff. So let's do Advent real quick. This is even faster than yesterday. I'm surprised. All right, 24 Days of Tea by David's Tea. I told you yesterday that I had day 5 steeping. It got cold by the time I got to it, so I never drank it. So I'm going to make another cup of that today and give it a try. But in the meantime, we need day 14 here. Okay, day 14, we have sugar stuff in there. And this is Candy Cane Crush. So I told you guys that I don't care too much for peppermint, so we'll see if I like this. But let's see what's in this one. Okay, here's what is in Candy Cane Crush. It is a black tea, low caffeine. Black tea, white chocolate, peppermint candy. Oh, this is trouble. Snowflake candies, cane sugar, peppermint, natural peppermint, and vanilla flavoring. So chocolate and peppermint in one. Who knows? Maybe the two flavors that I don't like in my tea will cancel each other out. One can only hope. So that is day 14 of tea, and hopefully I'll get to that soon, before too long. And here is day 14 of the Patchwork Rabbit, which has been so much fun, by the way. If you can do an Advent next year, the Patchwork Rabbit, this is a great one. And this is a beautiful thread. Weeks Dye Works Merlot. You already know I like that. It's a burgundy. Beautiful. I love that. It's a really great Christmas red, actually. I'll have to file that away in my memory for next time when I don't want to use Buckeye Scarlet. Okay, so that's it for the Advents for today. Like I said, they're going to move to Instagram starting tomorrow. I hope everybody's having a really good holiday season as best you can. I know that this is a really stressful time, it can be, so be sure to take some time for yourself, because that's just really important, even if it's just a few minutes. Just do that for yourself if you can. So I'm going to head off here. Everybody, happy stitching. As always, be kind, and I will see you in the next one.